Nüwa, also known as Nügua, is a goddess in ancient Chinese mythology best known for creating mankind and repairing the Pillar of Heaven. Description: the Huainamzi relates Nüwa to the time when heaven and earth were in disruption. The catastrophes were supposedly caused by the battle between the deities Gong and Juazu. The five colored stones symbolize the essence of the five phases. The black dragon was the essence of water and thus caused the floods. Ji province represents the central regions. Following this, the Huainamzi tells about how the sage rulers Nüwa and Fuxi set order over the realm by following the way and its potency. The Shanhai Jing, dated between the Warring States period and the Han Dynasty, describes Nüwa's intestines as being scattered into 10 spirits. In Liezi, Chapter 5, Questions of Tang, author Li Yukou describes Nüwa repairing the original imperfect heaven using 5 colored stones, and cutting the legs off a tortoise to use as struts to hold up the sky. In Songs of Chu, Chapter 3, Asking Heaven, author Qiu Yuan writes that Nüwa molded figures from the yellow earth, giving them life and the ability to bear children. After demons fought and broke the pillars of the heavens, Nüwa worked unceasingly to repair the damage, melting down the 5 colored stones to mend the heavens. In Shuowen Jiezi, China's earliest dictionary, under the entry for Nüwa, author Zhu Shen describes her as being both the sister and the wife of Fuxi. Nüwa and Fuxi were pictured as having snake-like tails interlocked in an Eastern Han Dynasty mural in the Wulang Temple in Jiakang County, Shandong Province. In Duyiji, Volume 3, author Li Rong gives this description. In Yuchuanziji, Chapter 3, author Lu Tong describes Nüwa as the wife of Fuxi. In Siku Quanchu, Sima Zhan provides commentary on the prologue chapter to Sima Qian's Shiji, supplemental to the historic record, History of the Three August Ones, wherein it is found that the 3 August Ones are Nüwa, Fuxi, and Shenong. Fuxi and Nüwa have the same last name, Feng. Note: Sima Zhan's commentary is included with the later Siku Quanchu compiled by Ji Yun and Lu Zizhong, in the collection 4 Great Books of Song, compiled by Li Fang and others. Volume 78 of the book Imperial Readings of the Taiping Era contains a chapter, Customs by Yingsha of the Han Dynasty, in which it is stated that there were no men when the sky and the earth were separated. Thus Nüwa used yellow clay to make people, but the clay was not strong enough, so she put ropes into the clay to make the bodies erect. It is also said that she prayed to gods to let her be the goddess of marital affairs. Variations of this story exist. Appearance in Fang Shenyani. Nüwa is featured within the famed Ming Dynasty novel Fang Shenbang. As featured within this novel, Nüwa is very highly respected since the time of the Xia dynasty for being the daughter of the Jade Emperor. Nüwa is also regularly called the Snake Goddess, after the Shang dynasty had been created. Nüwa created the 5 colored stones to protect the dynasty with occasional seasonal rains and other enhancing qualities. Thus in time, Shang Rong asked King Zhou of Shang to pay her a visit as a sign of deep respect. After Zhou was completely overcome with lust at the very sight of the beautiful ancient goddess Nüwa, he would write a small poem on a neighboring wall and take his leave. When Nüwa later returned to her temple after visiting the Yellow Emperor, Nüwa would see the foulness of Zhou's words. In her anger, she swore that the Shang dynasty would end in payment for his foulness. In her rage, Nüwa would personally ascend to the palace in an attempt to kill the king, but was suddenly struck back by 2 large beams of red light. After Nüwa realized that King Zhou was already destined to rule the kingdom for 26 more years, Nüwa would summon her 3 subordinates, the 1000-year vixen, the jade pippa, and the 9-headed pheasant. With these words, Nüwa will bring dust and chaos to the Shang dynasty. The luck Changtang won 600 years ago is dimming. I speak to you of a new mandate of heaven which sets the destiny for all. You three are to enter King Zhou's palace, where you are to bewitch him. Whatever you do, do not harm anyone else. If you do my bidding, and do it well, you'll be permitted to reincarnate as human beings. Thus, with these words, Nüwa would never be heard of again, but would still be a major indirect factor towards the Shang dynasty's fall. Bibliography. Birrell and Chinese Mythology, An Introduction, Johns Hopkins University Press. Louis Mark Edward, The Flood Myths of Early China. Albany, State University of New York Press. ISBN 978-0-7914-6663-6. Major, John S. Queen, Sarah A. Mayer, Andrew Seth, Roth, Harold D. The Weinanzi, A Guide to the Theory and Practice of Government in Early Han China. New York, Columbia University Press. ISBN 978-0-231-14204-5.